Conor Benn? What's Conor Benn done?
Not a lot, to be fair.
He beat Chris Eubank and failed, he's failed that drugs test. We're not seeing him do anything.
Yeah,
he's fought nobody. He's not developed. He's not developed. He's done nothing. So for Conor Benn to jump in there with Chris Eubank Jr., the only reason that fight would be close is because they're probably going to drain Eubank down to 160, a middleweight. And then, but Conor Benn's having to come up from 147.
Yeah.
So
Janibek chooses to fight a welterweight in Benn. It doesn't make sense apart from financial sense.
Apart from the money at the end of this, Chris will give himself every possible chance that's going. But in reality, personally, I just think the last performance of Chris, I thought you've got nothing left. You've got nothing. There's no more improvement on what I'm seeing there. And I know there was a weight issue and all the build up to it. I thought there's no more improvement there.
Does that mean you think do you think Conor Benn will be better in the second fight?
Yes.
Does that mean that you think that by him being better and there's no more left from Chris Eubank, that Conor Benn's able to bridge the gap, get an outcome in his second fight?
Without a doubt.
You do.
He couldn't have done any more. If he could have knocked out Conor in that fight, he would have done. He just couldn't get rid of him, and Conor stuck it. So regardless of him being surprised that Conor stuck it out a lot more, he couldn't get rid.
Froch is clear. Eubank is too strong, too smart, and too tough. Benn is chasing money, not glory. Once inside the ring, he will get hurt. This fight is one-sided. Eubank will dominate. Benn will suffer.
Then he's not able to replenish. I don't think he should have agreed to this £10 weight limit. So whatever he's getting paid, money-wise, it's not worth it, because when he steps through them ropes tonight...
Conor Benn calls Eubank a victim, but look at Benn. He sounds lost. He talks about victim card, but deep down he knows Eubank already owns him. These excuses are weak. Benn can talk all day, but inside the ring he will break again.
You could say the same when he slapped me, punched me, whatever it was. It's like he's got to play this victim card. He needs to shift that victim mentality, or it's the narrative he's pushing. So whatever he's doing, it really don't concern me, man.
Now listen to Oscar De La Hoya, who gives a warning about how dangerous this rematch really is. Oscar De La Hoya warns about danger. Oscar is clear this fight is too intense. A rematch like this can end a career. That's how serious it is. For Benn, stepping in again with Eubank isn't bravery, it's pure risk, and it could finish him for good.
With these rematches, with these types of intense fights taking place, like Conor and Eubank, a rematch right away will probably end their career. It's that.
Benn talks like he knows tactics, but the truth is, against Eubank, talk means nothing. Strategy won't save him. Once those shots land, all plans vanish. Froch knows it. Fans know it. Benn will get broken inside the ring.
I'd like to see you calm it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Just on the outside, just the movement. Just steady it down.
That's boring though, Carl.
No. On the outside, man. You don't want to be chucking energy away and burning down the bar. Think of it.
It's boring.
No, it's not boring, because then you get in range and make it exciting.
Then Benn tries big talk about knocking Eubank out. Benn says Eubank gets smoked in 4 rounds. But let's be real, Eubank already broke him once. Benn's words are cheap. Inside the ropes, Eubank's power, skill, and chin will crush him again. This isn't bravado, it's pure survival for Benn.
He gets smoked. He gets smoked within 3-4 rounds. I know I said 5, but that was me being generous.
Now it's Eubank's turn to fire back with cold, cutting truth. Eubank cuts deep. Benn isn't a champ, not even close. He calls him fake, carried by Eddie's hype. Fans cheer because it's true. Eubank already beat him once. Benn is chasing shadows. This is real talk, raw and unforgiving.
But, I'm gonna tell you right here and now, you ain't no champ. And you most definitely ain't no people's champ, so get that out of your head. You keep letting Eddie Hearn blow smoke up your ass and you're gonna end up being even more of an embarrassment than he is.
Benn fires back, but his words sound weak. Benn tries to sound calm, but it's empty. He talks about paranoia, about not caring, but deep down, he knows Eubank haunts him. The last fight left scars. Benn can hide with words, but inside, fear never leaves.
Listen, I don't like Chris. I don't have to like him, but no one's out to hurt anybody here, and it's a shame that he lives in that world of paranoia where he genuinely believes that anybody's out to get him, because nobody really is. And it's for his toenail. I couldn't care less about his toenail. I don't care. I mean, I'll cut some of mine off and give it to him if he wants.
Carl Froch sides strongly with Eubank Jr. here. He says Eddie Hearn pushed Eubank too far, and that explains Eubank's words. Froch calls it respect for the sport, defending Eubank's passion. For Froch, this isn't disrespect, it's a justified fight for fairness.
He's got his reasons for being sort of annoyed with Eddie Hearn and the British Boxing Board of Control, because he's been fined quite a lot.
Yeah.
Got fined for not making the weight. I know he's supposed to make the weight. I think it was £500,000. But the Board of Control do a fantastic job, and they're there for the safety of the fighters. And I personally know Robert Smith, and he does a great job. So for him to slag off Robert Smith, I think that's a mistake, and one that he'll probably regret. I ain't got a problem with him calling out Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn should sit there and keep his mouth shut.
Yeah.
I don't think he should be speaking.
This battle of words now leads us to Oscar De La Hoya's thought. Oscar De La Hoya makes a powerful point here. Weight isn't just numbers, it's about safety and fairness. Fighters risk their health to make weight, and that matters. Ben's struggles here show cracks in his preparation. Eubank Jr. stays sharp, disciplined, and strong. This is why fans trust Eubank more. He follows rules, stays focused, and doesn't let weight troubles distract him. Ben will have to prove he's ready for that level of discipline.
You have to follow the weight classes. You have to follow directions and orders, and that's why we have weight classes. For 1 pound makes a huge difference. I mean, this guy was almost fainting trying to make weight.
Ben here sounds fiery and defensive. He's making it clear he believes in his own terms. To him, agreements matter only if they suit him. This shows confidence but also risk. Eubank Jr. thrives on discipline and clarity. Ben's messy words may reveal cracks in his mental game. For fans, this moment adds drama. Ben believes he has the upper hand, but Eubank Jr.'s steady focus says otherwise. This fight is as much mental as it is physical.
You know what happens when you have an agreement? Do you know what happens? You know when you sign a contract? Do you know what that is?
I didn't sign a contract.
Do you know what that is?
To fight you on
Do you know what that
September 20th.
is?
I signed
Do you know what that is?
rematch you. I didn't sign.
Do you know what that is?
So
do you know what an agreement is?
Now the date is perfect.
But do you know what an agreement is? Do you understand?
No, I don't know what agreement is. What is it?
Well, you're an idiot. That's why.
Now Eubank Jr. responds with his vision for the rematch. Eubank Jr. speaks like a man on a mission. He believes this rematch is his chance to prove dominance. He sees it not as a repeat, but as evolution, bigger, sharper, and more ruthless. The fire in his voice shows he's hungry for a finish. Ben might talk, but Eubank Jr. acts. Fans sense this isn't just a fight, it's a statement. Eubank wants to end it early, to prove once and for all who owns this rivalry. This is his war.
I'm still going to poke and prod, but the fact is we created something special. We're going to try and create something even more special November 15th. Animosity is still there, but it's not like it was before, where it was like, I've been waiting for 3 years to fight this guy, and yeah, I just want to get my hands on him. I've got my hands on him now. I've beaten him. So now it's kind of like, all right, well, we're going to do it again. We're going to do it even better. Let's see what happens, It's a different energy.
You see yourself knocking him out this time round?
I think so. That's the goal. That's going to be the game plan. I don't want to have another 12-round fight. So if I can get him out of there, I'm going to.
The drama keeps building. Tony Bellew now weighs in on the tension. Tony Bellew nails the heart of this rivalry. Pain, drama, pride. It's all part of the game. Fans don't just watch fights, they watch stories unfold. Ben and Eubank Jr. have built more than a fight, they've built a war. This isn't about belts anymore. It's about proving who owns this division. Ben talks bravely, but Eubank Jr.'s focus and discipline show he's more prepared for war. Tony's words remind us, this fight is bigger than both men. It's about respect, pride, and settling old scores. November 15th will not be just a match, it will be a battle etched in boxing history.
It's not nice. It's one of the worst pains you'll ever have. But listen, it's been done. Some find it funny, some don't. It's all part and parcel. When you get involved in these kind of things, you have to just accept it. And everyone's bought into the fight. We all know the drama, the rivalry's real. My greatest worry is these two boys don't bump into each other when no one's around. Yeah. Because if they do, it's happening. 100%. It's worse than that, mate. It's happening on site, I think.
Jack Catterall shows respect for both men, but clearly sides with Ben here. He calls it one of the best fights he's ever seen, raising stakes for the rematch. Ben has a bold voice, promising drama and a knockout possibility. That belief fuels his energy and draws fans to him. Yet, Eubank Jr. thrives under pressure. He knows Ben's confidence can turn into overconfidence. That's where experience matters. Ben will need more than words to prove himself. He must back it up in the ring. This fight isn't just about skill, it's about heart, preparation, and who wants it more.
You know what, it was an unbelievable fight. I remember watching it, one of the best fights I've seen. I wasn't there live, I'd like to get to this next one, but I think it's not going to be another great fight, and I'm going for Conor Benn for the win.
Do you believe he stopped Eubank this time?
Definitely capable.
This fight is more than a battle, it's pride, it's war, it's legacy. Eubank Jr. has shown time and again he thrives under pressure. Benn is loud, confident, but does he truly have the mental strength to back it up? November 15th will answer that. If Eubank Jr. wins, it cements him as a modern great, proving experience beats bravado every time. If Benn shocks the world, it will be the rise of a new star, a career-defining moment. But the truth, Eubank Jr. has sharper skills, stronger focus, and a killer instinct Benn can't match. This isn't just a fight, it's the defining moment of both careers. So fans, here's my question to you. Are you backing Eubank Jr. to dominate, or do you believe Benn will pull the ultimate upset? Drop your thoughts below.